Welcome to 5 Minutes of Faith, brought to you by Believers Ministry, where we're reaching the community with the love of Christ, one person, one family at a time. Join us as we are taking excerpts from our pastor's recent sermon. It's going to be about 5 minutes.
The title of today's message is Get Out of the Boat. Our lesson text will be taken from Matthew, the 14th chapter, verses 22 to 33. But our focus will be on verses 26 through 29 from the New International Version. And it reads, When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. It's a ghost, they said, and cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid. Lord, if it's you, Peter replied, Tell me to come to you on the water. Come, he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came toward Jesus. This lesson will challenge us to get out of the boat and walk by faith and not by sight. This lesson will show us if we are looking to Jesus as we're going through the storm, or if we are focusing on the storm. You may be going through a storm right now. You may feel like you're getting nowhere. You may feel like you are being tossed to and fro. But hold on, a change is coming. Jesus knows how to deliver you. Help is on the way.
Amen.
Because Jesus will take you, not just through the storm, safely through the storm.
Amen.
Let's give God. Verse 29 says that Jesus told Peter to come. Now, Jesus is speaking to Peter, and it's a word for some of us today. Jesus is saying to Peter, get out of his situation and come to him. In other words, your life is being tossed up and down. But come to me, and I will give you rest. Your life will no longer be on the stormy sea. Your life will no longer be driven by the wind, tossed to and fro, every which way. Jesus is saying to come to me. In other words, get out of the boat. So what did Peter do? He got out of the boat, walked on the water, and came toward Jesus. This shows that Peter could do the impossible with the power of Christ, acting on the word of God. He acted on one word, come. And it's the same for us. When we act on the word of God, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Let's look at the other disciples that were with Peter. What were they doing? They stayed in the boat. The boat was their comfort zone. They weren't willing to get out of the boat. They were probably telling Peter, like most people today, go ahead, I got your back, go ahead, but now you do it. And they're telling him, go ahead, get out the boat. But they themselves weren't willing to go ahead and get out of the boat. They stayed in the boat, their comfort zone. That's the way it is with some of us today. We're in a comfort zone. God is trying to get us out of the boat. He's trying to get us to do what he's called us to do. He's trying to get us to release our faith in what he's already said. He's trying to get you to walk by faith. And you are not willing, some of us, to get out of the boat. You're not willing to step out on faith. You're not willing to leave your comfort zone. But God is saying, have faith in me. Having faith in God means that we don't question his willingness or ability to move on our behalf. We need to take ourselves out of the equation and simply have faith in God. Have faith in God. If God be for us, who can be against us? God will take you safely through the storm. You can depend on God, and you'll never be able to walk on water if you do not get out of the boat. God is calling you out of sin. Some of you, God is calling you out of confusion. Some of you, God is calling you out of that relationship, out of that lifestyle. Come out today. Come out of your comfort zone, whatever it may be. Get out of the boat and come to Jesus. Jesus is saying to you today, come. I'm calling you out of your comfort zone, whatever that comfort zone may be. Get out of the boat, whatever area that you're not trusting me in. Come out today. Let's give God the praise. So the question is, are you in a storm? Struggling? That you're struggling. Does it seem like there's no way out? And maybe you feel like you're in the midst of a storm, rowing your boat on life's sea and getting nowhere. If so, don't be discouraged. Look to Jesus for deliverance. There is no storm too big for him to handle. He's bigger than any storm you may have. Our job is to be obedient. Get out of the boat.
Trust that the word has encouraged you, has impacted your life, and we'd like to extend a cordial invitation to come out and join us in service. Our address is 465 Waterbury Court, Suite E, Gahanna, Ohio, 43230.